Lesson 193. All things are lessons God would have me learn. All things are lessons God would have me learn. God does not know of learning. Yes, He's all knowing. He knows everything. He's aware of everything. So He does not know of learning. Yet His will extends to what He does not understand. And in that, He wills the happiness His Son inherited of Him be undisturbed, eternal and forever gaining scope and eternally expanding in the joy of full creation and eternally open and wholly limitless in Him. This is His will. So God is telling us what is His will. His will is that His Son be wholly limitless and create like Him, and His happiness is undisturbed. So he wills the happiness his son inherited of him, inherited of the Father, be undisturbed. We have inherited the happiness, but God desires that that happiness be undisturbed, eternal, and forever gaining scope, eternally expanding in the joy of full creation. It's keep on expanding in the scope of happiness. It's not limit. Our happiness is not supposed to be limited. It's wholly limitless, eternally open, and eternally expanding in the joy of full creation. This is, God's will for us. And thus His will provides the means to guarantee that this kind of happiness be done. The happiness that He intends for us is not like simple uh pleasure. It's not something like that. It's a happiness unlimited, forever expanding, creating undisturbed happiness. This, He want to guarantee this kind of happiness is done, so He gave us the means. So we have to figure out what that means is. God sees no contradictions. He's not contradictory. He sees no contradictions. Yet His Son believes He sees the contradiction to His happiness. He sees so many obstacles to His own happiness. Thus, He has a need for one who can correct His erring sight. So He has a need for Holy Spirit who can correct His erring, His wrong, mistaking sight, and give Him a vision that will lead Him back to where perception ceases. God does not perceive at all, yet it is He who gives the means by which perception is made true and beautiful enough to let the light of heaven shine upon it, shine upon our misperception of the split mind. It is He who answers what His Son would contradict and keeps His sinlessness forever safe. And God offers no forgiveness, for He knows no sin is possible, yet He let His holy law of love be given form, this form is forgiveness. And He let His holy law of love be given form in which the love could be offered to the world. He created one, this is the Holy Spirit, who could perceive what form this law of love, should take to be received by every mind which had forgotten love as love exists in heaven and in God. Thus He encompassed, He just included encompassed what He could not see nor understand by giving of His love and making answer to a question which, though meaningless, His Son had asked of Him. The one whom God created, the Holy Spirit, to replace. The Holy Spirit was created by God to replace the foolish thought which crept into the mind of His most holy Son with peace and joy. So this one whom God created to replace the foolish thought which crept into the mind of His most holy Son with peace and joy fulfills His function now. He redirects each lesson you would teach in hate. We ego body identified persons, we would like to teach the lesson in hate, but He redirects each lesson you teach in hate to one in which forgiveness enters and returns the hate to love, so that the fear is gone, and now guilt cannot enter, for its source, the source of guilt is hate, right? The source has been excluded, as the purpose of the lesson has been changed to guiltlessness and the hatred has been rooted out by love. These are the lessons God would have you learn. His will reflects them all, and they reflect His loving kindness to the Son He loves. Each lesson has a central thought, the same in all of them. The form alone is changed. Yes, the form, the appearance, how it looks is changed. It looks different with different circumstances and events, with different characters and different themes apparent, but not real. They are the same in fundamental content, which is unforgiveness. So it is this: forgive, and you will see this differently. Forgive, you will see this differently. This is the lesson God would have us learn in all things. Forgive, and you will see this differently. It is certain it is that all distress, all pain does not appear to be but unforgiveness, but it is. The source of, the cause of all distress, all pain is just simple unforgiveness. An unforgiving mind imprisons us. Actually, unforgiving mind is the prison where we live in. So we need to get free from this prison by forgiveness. And yet that is the content underneath the form. It is this sameness which makes learning sure, because the lesson is so simple that it cannot be rejected in the end. No one can hide forever from a truth so very obvious that it appears in countless forms, yet is recognized as easily in all of them, if one wants to see the simple lesson here. So as long as we want to see the simple lesson there, we can recognize all the forms. We can recognize this in all the forms. Forgive, and you will see this differently. These are the words Holy Spirit speaks. Forgive, and you will see this differently. In all your tribulations, all your pain or suffering, regardless of its forms. These are the words with which temptation ends and guilt abandoned and is revealed no more. These are the words which end the dream of sin and rid the mind of fear. These are the words by which salvation comes to all the world. Shall we not learn to say these words? When we are tempted to believe that pain is real and death becomes our choice instead of life? Shall we not learn to say these words when we have understood their power to release all minds from bondage? These are the words which give you power over all events which seem to have been given power over you. You see them rightly when you hold these words in full awareness. What words? Here, forgive, and you will see this differently. When you hold these words in full awareness and you don't forget that these words apply to everything you see or everything any brother looks upon amiss. How can you tell when you are seeing wrong or someone else is failing to perceive the lesson he should learn? Does pain seem real in this perception? If it does, be sure the lesson is not learned. There remains an unforgiveness hiding in the mind which sees the pain through eyes the mind directs. God would not have you suffer thus. He would help you forgive yourself. His Son does not remember who He is, and God would have him not forget His love and all the gifts His love brings with it. Would you now renounce your own salvation? Would you fail to learn these simple lessons a heaven's teacher, Holy Spirit, sets before you, that all pain may disappear and God may be remembered by His Son? All things are lessons God would have you learn. He would not leave an unforgiving thought without correction, nor one thorn or nail to hurt His sacred Son in any way. He would ensure His holy rest remained untroubled and serene, without a care, in an eternal home which cares for Him. And He would have all tears be wiped away, with none remaining yet unshed, and none but waiting their appointed time to fall. For God has willed that laughter should replace each one tear, and that His Son be free again. We will attempt today to overcome 1,000 seeming obstacles to peace in just one day. Let mercy come to you, and more quickly. Do not try to hold it off. What? Forgiveness and mercy off. Another day, another minute, another instant. Time was made for this. Time was made for Forgiveness. Use the time today for what its purpose is, which is forgiveness. Morning and night, devote what time you can serve, what time you can to serve its proper aim, which is the lesson in forgiveness. Do not let the time be less than miss your deepest need. What is my deepest need? Our deepest need is forgiveness. Give all you can and give a little more. For now we would arise in haste and go unto our Father's house. We have been gone too long. We would linger here no more. And as we practice, let us think about all things, all the grievances we saved to settle by ourselves and kept apart from healing. Let us give them all. Let us give them all to him who knows the way to look upon them so that they will disappear. Truth is his message. Truth is his teaching. These are the lessons God would have us learn. Each hour spent a little time today and in the days to come in practicing the lesson in forgiveness in the form established for the day, and try to give it application to the happenings the hour brought so that the next one is free of the one before. The chains of time are easily unloosened in this way. Let no 1 hour cast its shadow on the one that follows. When that one goes, let everything that happens in its course go with it. Thus you remain unbound in peace eternal in the world of time. This is the lesson God would have you learn. There is a way to look on everything. There is a way to look on everything that let it be to you another step to him and to salvation of the world. To all that speaks of terror, answer thus: I will forgive and this will disappear. I will forgive and this will disappear. To every apprehension, every care, every form of suffering, repeat these self-same words. In them you hold the key that opens heaven's gate and brings the love of God the Father down to earth at last, to raise it up to heaven. God will take this final step himself. Do not deny the little steps he asks you to take to him.